happens.
Hey! And we are live. Welcome to Growlersations episode 28. This is the launcher of season 2, and we are happy to have James Faust here. James is the artistic director of the Dallas International Film Festival. And we're excited to have him. I'm Sam Nguyen. This is Jeff Fryman. And of course, we are brought to you by my man Anton back there from Central Track. Anton, got a beer for you if you're ready for me.
There it is.
And we are live for Growlersations Season 2. James, tell me about the Dallas International Film Festival.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it. This is like kind of a dream come true, beer and film. So Dallas International Film Festival coming up on number 13. Cheers.
Yeah, man, that's awesome, dude.
Cheers.
Yeah, it'll be this Thursday. We kick it off out in West Village. 152 films, 36 countries represented. About 110 filmmakers coming in from all over the world. I'm already tired. I've been talking about it for a long time, but I can't wait to talk more. We're really excited to have this come around. We've got a music component this year with a lot of bands playing. We'll talk about that later, but. Yeah, man, we're just happy to get things going this week.
How do you court movies from 36 countries? How do you get get the word out there to? Well, I can see how 3 or 4 would just happen, but 30, that seems like a.
So what we do is there's a couple of websites you put your film on, and then you can submit to any film festival in the world from those websites. So we subscribe to those, and they submit through those sites. And we also I travel the world, and I have the best job in the world where I get to go around the world with my staffs, a couple others, and go watch movies in Toronto, France, Germany, Belgium, Scotland, LA, New York.
Stop. We get it.
So we try to bring those movies back. So it's really fun. I mean, one year I went to Poland because I met a Polish festival director. I went to Poland for 10 days, and then the next year I got 20 Polish films submitted to the festival. So when you go overseas, there's a lot of countries, and they decide, oh shit, let's bring it back here. So that's the easiest way to get those films is just to go there or just call them up.
Get out there.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. My father actually has a animated short in this year's film festival.
Oh yeah.
Called Something in the Water.
Yeah.
About the giant Salvinia invasion out at Caddo Lake, which is my favorite place in the whole world. Which I didn't actually find out until today. He called me today, and I told him who I was meeting with, and he was like, "Oh, Something in the Water is in that." I was like, "No way! That's a easy way to have something to talk about."
Yeah,
Growlersations.
I don't know. I'll be honest. So we have a staff as programmers. I do narrative features, international films, Texas, and music docs, and I have somebody else that does shorts and helps me with the documentaries and Midnight. That film, I know the film you're talking about.
Oh, yeah?
Because we were talking, people were like, I go, Caddo Lake? I know Caddo Lake. I've been to Caddo Lake. What's going on? And then, I know that dude. And so, I know your dad.
Okay.
So it's kind of funny.
And there you go.
And so I actually was just walking up down the street with our co-founder, Michael Caine, talking about that film because it's also playing at the Earth X Film Festival later.
It is.
And
That was when I knew that it was going to be.
Yeah, it's playing. He's getting it around. So I haven't seen it. I'll be honest with you, but if it's in the festival, I know our guys are pretty tough on film. So I'm excited that it's playing with us.
Right on. It's a cool. It's tight. It's less than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So not something you have to sit around and prepare your day for by any means. And they convey a lot of really cool information about a place that I love, and it's presented in a fun way. So
that's one of the cool things about the docs that we have. I mean, we try to make docs in our festival informative and entertaining. So that's definitely one that's definitely informative, and as long as it's real.
It's a cool thing. He got this director from England, I think.
Oh, shit.
Young guy, and he does these animated interview mashup things. And so, did you ever see the what was the old Ricky Gervais show where it was Carl Pilkington and Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant? They were having the interview, and it would go into animation, even though it was just people sitting down having a conversation. Yeah. That's how that one was presented. So they interview all of these Caddo people with big personalities and scientists with funny, ways that they
Kind
talk
of
about
describes
things.
what they're doing by
Yeah, and
animating
it shows like an animated version of that person
Yeah.
for the interview, and I don't know, it really kind of sucks you in, and it helps tell a story in a short amount of time.
Did you work on it at
No,
all?
no, I just got to watch it when it was done.
Yeah. It's the best.
Exactly, yeah,
That's
for
not
sure.
hard. That's not hard. Yeah.
One of the things I was excited about getting you here for is my man Jeff is a film major and has always really cared about movies and film. He does a Sunday cinema thing at Brain Dead, where he presents a bunch of movies
You do that?
to people.
Yeah,
I
but
know that happens. I was
Yeah.
wondering like who put that on.
Yeah, for sure we do it, but I mean, if we tried to have like serious movies, like good movies at first, and then it's like people just want like Sharknado in the background, It's like hard to make it like Alamo, something
Yeah.
where everyone has to be quiet. It's like shut up, this movie's on, But, so I've reluctantly made it those funny movies now. So.
Like what? Like did you actually show Sharknado?
Yeah, we did. We showed the all leading up to the 8th one or 7th one or whatever.
Yeah.
We showed all of them that day, and it was just like people walking in Sunday brunch, like, what the hell is this? Like Sharknado,
Yeah.
Dude's running through it with chainsaws and what's that guy's name? Zion, the dude from 90210 is in those
Yeah,
movies.
yeah,
I can't think
yeah,
of that blonde-haired kid.
Yeah, I don't know his name. That's what we referred to him as, the 90210 guy.
I can neither confirm or deny that I've seen 5 of those movies. So
Yeah, man.
if I
Like,
can quote them.
yeah, he told us James Faust. I was like, "You're fucking kidding me, dude!" Because if in a different universe, like I'm doing what you're doing, I fucking loved it, dude. I worked for it was like assistant behind an assistant behind an assistant, and I'm like, I can't be doing that. My girlfriend at the time was like, "You got to do something," and I'm like, I don't know how people do it, man. Like, just don't have any like close people and just go to Hollywood and do that, or go somewhere. I tried to do post production here, and I was just like, no, I can't make any money like doing that immediately. I thought right when you get out of college they go like, here's the jobs,
Here's your jobs.
here the jobs are. I was like so naive, like,
Here's your apron. Is what
Yeah.
this is.
yeah.
Collect your tips.
Yeah.
And when I went to undergrad and I have 2 degrees from Texas Tech, and then I went to film school at SMU. And when I got to
Sweet.
last night hurt, man.
My little brother's a senior at Tech, so
Oh man.
yeah. So
did he flip any cars last weekend?
He saw some.
Okay,
He saw
yeah.
his first riot this weekend.
Yeah, if
As
they
he
had
said in
won.
the family group
They had
text.
won that riot on Saturday night. Would have just been the tip of the iceberg. That place there'd be ashes in Lubbock right now. It's like, what happened to that building? Oh, a tornado. No, students on slide.
They won the finals.
Yeah. But so when I got at SMU and I got to SMU, like, I'm going to SMU, right? I'm going to get. It's like that's it. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I worked for free for my first 8 jobs.
Yeah.
And then I was still working at the Sunglass Hut at North Park Mall. Until I finally got on to a gig, and ironically, all my roots come out of Deep Ellum.
Yeah.
So I was with Michael Caine to start the Deep Ellum Film Festival, and he hired me to produce commercials, literally at that corner building right over there, where it used to be the Copper Tank back in the day.
Yeah.
And we produced all these commercials there, and I came on and went, who's watching the movies, man? And I went this, and went, oh, crap, I got to get involved, because it was a fundraiser, and we had a lot of people that were. There were a couple of people that were movie savvy, but the rest of them were just volunteers helping raise money for cancer.
Yeah.
And I went, that's great. But Michael really wanted a serious film festival, so we knuckled down and made the Deep Ellum Film Festival, and it turned into AFI. So being down here is a lot of fun, and knowing that you gotta work hard. I lost my girlfriend at the time, pretty much. She's probably watching this. I don't care. I found out later she broke up with me because she's got no future. He's working in this thing. He'll never get a job. I'm like, I heard that from another friend. I was like, oh, I thought it was just because her parents hated me. I don't know. All right, well, this is good. So it's a long haul, man. But you're doing both. I mean, you're showing movies when you wanna, and you're making beer.
Yeah.
I mean, trust me, my wife would think that would be my dream job. If I could sit at home and make beer and whiskey, I just would, and show movies.
It's funny. Sorry to cut you off.
Sorry.
But everything seems like better on the other side, right? Like they think, oh, this guy just watches movies and travels. It's like I fucking work my ass off, right? Like you do, right? Everyone thinks we just make beer, right? Like there's so much more to it that you can't be like, well, actually, what we did today was,
They joke about the brewers that do the actual brewing around here. Jeff and I get lumped into the brewer category, but we don't really do a lot of the brewing. As you know, as things grow, the jobs that you started something to do stop being what you end up doing. But brewers always joke that, cleaning is really their number one job because they spend 75% of their time cleaning and sanitizing. You have to clean when you're done brewing. You have to clean before you start brewing. You got to treat all of your equipment well because what we're worried about as brewers is microbes and oxygen and stuff that you can't see. And you don't get to just like look at something and being like, oh, that looks good, and then we're gonna brew in it. Our enemies are invisible to the human eye, and so we have to be incredibly thorough to prevent oxygen and microbes from gaining access to our product. And so the brewers are, constantly cleaning all of the time. One of our brewers, David Muckian, has a line tattooed on his arm. And that's the line that gets stained when he reaches into a 5-gallon bucket all day, pulling out stuff out of the iodine, like sanitizing liquid. So when he sticks his hand down into a 5-gallon bucket, that's the line that he has he got a tattoo on his arm because that's always what turns iodine colored, whatever that would be at the end of the day.
So. Now I'm inspired. I'm going to go down the street and get a tattoo of like a film reel across my back. Wraps around my body, down to my legs.
You can do the eyelids right there.
We had this film last year's festival, and I should talk about this year's festivals. Go see Francis Ferguson if you can. Okay, so there's this film last year
Nailed it.
about, I guess, the equivalent of a beer sommelier. But there's only like 12 or 30 of these people in the world. What is that called?
Master Cicerone?
Yes.
Jeff and I are proud failures of the Master Cicerone exam.
Okay, be proud because that's the hardest test I've ever seen.
That's rowdy.
Mean, that is insane. I was watching it going, how do you like blind test beers? I mean, so...
We took that test. We studied for months. That was actually how we got to know each other, and Brain Dead was born. It's funny that you even would bring that up.
I didn't know there was a movie. That's cool.
I didn't know that was a movie either. I'd love to see that.
Because the guy fails the entire movie. And all these other people are trying to do it, and there's beer festivals, and try my stuff, and then like the amount of people that just fail this, it's insane.
Yeah.
So.
We went out and took that test. Shit, was that 6 years ago now?
Yeah, something like that.
6 years ago, and at the time that we took it, the 6th person in the world was passing the exam at that time. So when we took it, there was 20 of us taking it, and only one person passed, and the 6th person was crowned. 5 people had passed beforehand. One of the 5 people that passed beforehand has been made the program director of the test, who is Nicole Ernie's one of the most amazing palates ever.
Yeah.
She'll sit there and sniff and taste things, and you hear her talk about it.
I think she's in the movie.
Inspirational. I'm sure she is.
Yeah, it's like
she's a pint-sized, awesome person. Ran into her in Dallas the other day, and she hit me with a run jump hug. You know what I mean? Like, it's so cool how beer people can maintain relationships across thousands of miles and still really care about each other. But we studied. That's how Brain Dead came to be. We studied for that thing. We busted our tails trying to learn for it, and we both went out there. And I like to say we're proud failures of that exam because, as you know, it's really tough.
Just being able to take it.
It's about 20 hours of testing.
Oh man.
You have to fly out somewhere over the course of 2 days, go to draft technician facilities and meet in breweries and talk about pairing beer with foods in front of chefs, and it's a cool program that we didn't quite make it to the top of.
Yeah.
But
Still.
just the battle was such an experience. I feel like
there's not more than 30 people, right? I mean, maybe is there more
There's
than 30?
12 now.
By now, yeah, I would imagine still less than 15.
Yeah.
In almost 8 years, six years.
Yeah.
Yeah, only like 1 or 2 people pass every single year.
That's insane.
Somms, we know it's a little harder on your side. Okay. But that's
However,
wine. Beer's more fun.
If there's any master sommeliers that would like to come do a pair off with me and Jeff, we pick a common meal and we do beer versus wine. We'd love the opportunity to pair alongside you and have some fun. Not about how wins or loses, but how you play the game. And,
Yeah.
as long as you're ready to get beat by some bearded beer dudes.
Yeah,
then,
good luck with smoke.
I say bearded.
Good
but,
luck with smoke. All right, I can actually set that up. Can I bring a whiskey guy in too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
That sounds like a great
I
idea.
love that.
That'd be fun.
Everybody wins.
Yeah,
when
like,
that
like,
happens.
We only have,
at the end of that table, everybody's under the table.
yeah, I was gonna say we only have 3 pairings today. Sorry, so bring it back. At SMU, they call it cinema studies. I fucking love that because I think that in America I say like North America, right? We say movies or movie theater. It just brings like away from the romanticism that I maybe you still share about what movies are. Cinema was like to me. Back in the day when like kids like in the French New Wave were like sitting in front of the theater, they wanted to be in the front so they could get the light first, you know? It's like, that to me is like cinema. And I said it to like someone in New York and they were like, yeah, what do you mean it's called cinema? I'm like, what do you mean? It's amazing. Like it just sounds so much like better. It sounds so much romantic, more romantic.
Radio,
than,
TV, film.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
like every other place. Oh, I'm an RTF major.
There's so much beauty in these things, and then we take them for granted because we get Transformers. You know, it's like, no offense, Michael Bay, but you know.
The thing that you made me think of was,
Nice. I apologize, Michael Bay.
in saying that, was Home Alone 2. When I was a little kid.
Oh, Armageddon.
When
right?
I was
Nice.
Yeah, you looked at my stuff.
when I was
Sorry, dude. Was I not supposed to?
That's cool.
when I was a little kid, when I went to go see Home Alone 2 in the theaters, that they oversold the thing or something.
Yeah.
I remember having to sit on the floor and like right underneath the thing,
Yeah.
like, looking up at it, and like that's what I thought of when
Yeah.
we were talking about, the magic of cinema. But
It's great. I mean, everyone has a memory like that, you know? And like, it's something different when you're sitting in a movie theater. It's dark as fuck, and you get to see. That's why I love Alamo so much because you can't talk.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many theaters where it's just like, woo, you know, like shut up, man. Like,
Or you
this is
explicitly
my
can.
Yeah. And I love that too. You know, they're a fun company in that.
Yeah, it's good.
So my 3 favorite movies, since we're talking about Home Alone 2, Home Alone 1 is up there on top. I'm gonna certainly get a tattoo of Joe Pesci from Home Alone tattooed on my calf, with him getting arrested in the back of the thing. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Aladdin, my little genie's lamp
wow,
right there.
man.
Those are my 3 favorite movies. I don't claim to be a film person.
Any
but,
movies
like,
without kids in them that you like?
I
They
don't
gotta make
know.
it weird, dude.
I don't know. Maybe that's the nostalgia that
Yeah.
that Jeff was mentioning earlier,
You're
and
talking
that's
about
where the
Johnny
magic
Depp,
was.
Charlie Chocolate Factory.
Oh yeah.
Just making sure, like, 'cause I don't know how far you go back.
No,
You're
talking about
Gene
Willy
Wilder.
Wonka.
Gene Wilder.
Okay.
Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Gene Wilder.
Sorry, there is like a difference in the name, right?
I play video games. There's a game that was called Destiny, and there's the end boss is this door opens up. All 6 people have to stand on a plate, and the door ends up. I used to take the Willy Wonka, the Pure Imagination, the ding ding ding, and I would play it into my mouthpiece. When the door started slowly opening and the boss was revealing itself, I'd play World of Pure Imagination
Yeah.
on my mouthpiece. People are like, "What's going on? I've never heard this before," and everyone starts freaking out.
We got to find out because I'm on Destiny 2 right now.
Ah, there you go.
My wife's like,
I got Master Chief right there.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
I'm a Bungie Bungie
oh man,
fanboy
that game,
right there.
the first
so.
game just almost destroyed my marriage. So she, after the tech game last night, she goes, "You gonna go kill stuff?" Yep. I'm staying up late. My friend's like, "You okay?" Nope.
Meet me in the death match.
Yeah, like what?
No anthem for you guys, or is that?
Anthem got destroyed by the process, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah?
I played it, I bought it, I
Yeah,
enjoyed the guts of the game. It just is, I don't know.
You got a new, what's that bunker game? Oh, fuck, I knew this was going to happen. It has those funny little old school things that you always get that. I think it's on the third or fourth one now. I know it's coming out. I was going to ask you this not on camera, and now I'm asking you now. We'll talk about it later.
It's kind
anyway.
of Overwatchy?
Move
No,
back around.
no, we're back around.
It has to do
We
with...
show Overwatch League matches here.
Oh my God.
During the season, we got.
That's like the worst thing I ever do is I'm watching
team
people play
comes out.
Madden and stuff on ESPN
Yeah.
showing those games now because it's on ESPN. I'm thinking, why am I watching these guys play? I should be playing.
They gave me a Dallas Fuel jersey for hosting.
Oh, no.
For hosting the thing.
Oh,
So
that's
I've got a jersey with the Jack in the Box logo right in the center of the chest.
Oh man.
Mitchie Moon Pie, what's up?
All right, so he gave his fun 3.
I don't know if I have a top 3. I would say probably my favorite one, and it's kind of fanboyish, is probably Taxi Driver.
My wife won't watch it with me yet. I gotta get her to watch it.
Yeah.
We own the Blu-ray Super Edition
Yeah.
of that movie. That movie it's brilliant. It's
Yeah.
absolutely freaking
It has
brilliant.
my favorite scene in a movie, that scene when he's on the phone and the camera moves away because it doesn't even want to watch what he's
No.
doing. Oh my god, even that is like, this fucking movie is good as fuck. And if I'm a fanboy, call me a fanboy, I don't care.
No, that's not fanboy.
No, I'm just saying like to anybody, you know,
yeah.
to all the 3
Yeah.
people that are watching right now.
People are watching it. We're sharing. It's good stuff.
It's just a great movie. It's everything that a movie should be to me.
You have like one of
that's
those-
drama.
Yeah, mostly you have like
Ace
a
Ventura
fun
would
movie.
be my funny movie.
Oh man, I so hate that film.
You do?
Oh man, I try so much not to like that.
To like it?
I try so hard every time, and I saw it at the theater, and I go, man, I want to love this movie so much because I like a lot.
Yeah.
As my old senior programmer Sarah Harris used to say, we watch a lot of really heavy things. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll watch 600 movies a year, and
Yeah.
some of that is just the last 16 were rape movies or
Or
something.
saw
and
Death Row
yeah, like, I
documentaries.
just can't deal with this anymore. I mean, everybody's starving and has no water in Africa and 80 other countries, and sometimes you just want to see shit blow up.
Yeah.
And so when around April, like as soon as the festival's over, hell yeah, I'm gonna be watching Avengers. I mean, like as
Yeah,
soon as the
dude,
festival.
this movie's gonna be great.
Yeah, so I have a real crazy affinity. I'm like a Michael Bay apologist, with the exception of the last Transformers movie.
Okay, The Rock.
The Rock is brilliant. The Rock is great.
The Rock is fucking
so
great.
Great. It's
Yeah.
an amazing movie. It's a stupid.
Shot
and
the green ball in the mouth.
Yeah.
Sean Connery is just like, welcome to The Rock.
Yeah.
You're like,
Losers always whine about their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
One of the best lines of
you
all
know-
time.
you
Oh,
know-
it was the prom queen.
you have the best action movies are with the most unbelievable action stars.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, because I never believe. I don't care whenever it was. Steven Seagal, I felt like I could always kick that guy's ass whenever I wanted to.
You heard it here
Keep,
first.
keep going. Keep going.
But
Even
Sean
in,
Connery, like as the action guy, what? Sean Connery just beat everybody up and escaped and drove a car down the road and then no. But yeah, I'm believing it. That's the greatness and silliness
even
of
in
Michael
Above
Bay.
the Wall, you think you could beat his ass?
Yeah, if I had a bat and he had a bat, I bet I could be quicker than him. Because he would go high, I'd go low. Like what? He's like, what are you gonna do to me? What are you gonna do to me? I'm gonna pull your ponytail. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, I hope he's listening. Come bust me, Steven Seagal. I'd like to see that
He's
happen.
a cop in Louisiana or
Yeah, or something like that. He's
I
real
guess I
fun.
would also say my third one. I would say Team America.
Yeah, I got that poster.
Nice.
That-
Because every
That
time I
movie.
see it, I'm just like, it's a fucking great movie, and it's funny. You
Yeah.
know, it's actually really a good movie because it makes fun of everything that you love in those movies that you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, it's
you
the
know.
greatest. And then there's a great shit scene.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can't
There's a
if you
good
can't have a
fuck
good
scene,
bowel
a good-
movement
yeah.
scene in the middle.
And
like,
he throws up that throw up scene
oh,
too.
yeah.
Get out of here!
Those, yeah.
You know, best bowel movement scene for me has to go
Dumb and Dumber.
straight to Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
Oh,
What are you doing? It's like, I'm shaving.
What does he do when he like? Is he throwing it out the window
he,
or something?
he just gets a hand towel and he's trying to.
Oh yeah, okay,
he's
yeah.
trying to just
I remember
wave-
him doing this movement. I'm like,
to bail it, to bail the aroma out the window.
Okay. All right, so I'll bring it back.
Please.
People always ask, I'm just going to offer it up. My favorite movie of all time is Sunset Boulevard. No, scratch. Sorry, it's my third favorite movie. I don't know why I just did that.
oh, you went
On the Waterfront.
backwards. Ooh, On the Waterfront.
It's my favorite
Nice.
movie of all time because it's got, it's It's got everything you want to need. Elie Kazan directed his amazing film, and he's got the best line for me. Like, I could have been a contender.
Yeah, could have been a contender.
I could have been somebody, Charlie, but
Yeah.
you. I'm like, yeah, him. He messed you up, man.
Yeah.
That's my favorite, and probably second is either it's across from Sunset Boulevard and Glory. Which Glory, every time I
Interesting.
watch that movie, I lose it. I can't deal.
Yeah.
And then E.T., Akira, and probably Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
I didn't know we could have
You swooped
triples.
in
have
on
it.
me for the tie for third right there.
Yeah.
E.T. was a big part
That's the
of
first, right?
Yeah,
That's tied for first.
all three of those are tied for first for me. Like Sunset
Yeah.
Boulevard, E.T., and
Akira.
nope.
Oh, that was second.
on the waterfront.
On the one. Oh,
And
sorry.
then Glory's in that. So my top 5 moves back and forth. If you want to see something crazy though,
I'm gonna have to go check out. I've never seen a lot of those movies, so
they're really Sunset Boulevard is so brilliant because it's probably 65 years old now, 60
Yeah.
years old, and the things that they're talking about in relation to Hollywood in that film happen today still. It's so weird
Yeah.
how much things haven't changed. It's like watching, Jimmy Stewart in, God, I can't think of the movie right now, where he's the politician. It's gonna kill me because my wife said, "Why are you always watching?" I go, "I watch this movie all the time. I can't think of this movie right now." But it's how politics haven't changed since the 30s.
Yeah.
Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. And it's weird. Like, he's doing the same stuff that people are doing today, almost 80 years later.
Yeah.
It's like, how come we have not changed as a society? So, but Sunset Boulevard is just kind of brilliant. Ready for my close-up, Mr. DeVille.
Yeah.
That's in that movie.
It's
Billy,
fucking great
Billy
movie.
Wilder. And it starts out, I'm not going to ruin anything for you, but our lead character is dead at the beginning
Yeah.
of the film.
Narrating in the water, upside down.
Yeah, that's me in the pool. I'm like,
Yeah.
and then I'm watching it as a kid. I'm like 15 going,
Yes.
I don't understand how this can be. And then, man.
I was at the Stoneleigh P in the bathroom of the men's room, and they have a poster that was the top 100 movie lines of all time. And I think number 1 or 2
Yeah,
was
Ready for
Sunset.
My Close-Up.
That was
Yeah,
Ready for My
My
Close-Up.
Close-Up.
And my buddy Christian Petrie, who's a giant film guy, you guys have probably talked about that together. I texted him and was like, "Would you be mad at me if I told you I haven't seen the top 3 movies on this quote list?" And he just went on a rampage on me. But as you know, I'm famously, uncultured when it comes to movies and stuff. And I never
Well,
was
you're into your own
exposed
stuff,
to-
and then whenever someone tells you something, then you usually take it and watch it.
Well, I came up in the TV series video game world, and I need 100-hour story arcs.
Yeah.
And only recently, in the last couple years, I started taking photography seriously as being like an artistic outlet for myself. And through doing that, I started dabbling in a little bit of, making short little things for YouTube or whatever. That's just something I wanted to try. And just in the last 2 years of making some stupid YouTube videos, it's unlocked this whole appreciation for, while I used to love 100-hour story arcs because they did it, now the brevity is where the magic is, and the fact that you were able to tell a story in 7 minutes of, Godfather 2. I watched it just the other day. They're cutting back to just the past and the origin of the crime family. 6 minutes, and then they cut right back to another thing. And that the brevity is something I just very recently learned to find the magic in, and seeing things. Always being a Disney fan, now I'm looking back to the Pinocchios and seeing them doing movie stuff, the technology developing with that. And
Dude, how scary was that one scene? When you were a kid?
Which one?
In Pinocchio?
Oh, okay.
When
they're
there's the donkeys?
Yeah, when he's going to hell, basically.
Oh, man.
That shit is crazy.
I used to scare kids when I was teaching things. I'd go, "Yo, man, this is all Pinocchio land up in there. What are you talking about? You're all going to be jackasses because you're not doing what I'm telling you. I'm going to turn into a donkey and put you to work like some sort of mule in Mexico. I'm going to make you work." And they're like, "What?" Yeah.
I just remember that kind of not scarring me, but just be like, what the fuck
scared
is
the
going
crap out of
on
me.
here? Yeah.
And the fact that, not to bag on Disney right now, but always these little,
Careful.
these little, yeah, they're good, right?
Yeah.
They own,
They're always
they own
watching.
everything. Going, you mean that Disney movie you're showing? We're showing Penguins for free on Wednesday night, so please come see it. But in regards to Jiminy Cricket, or some black crows hanging out on a string, like
Right.
there's always that that character that sort of leads you around up until Lion King and Aladdin and all that stuff. Which I love that you love Aladdin. Are you gonna see the new one?
I'm certainly excited about it.
Really?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to embrace it like I did everything else, but we'll see.
Beauty and the Beast fan?
I'm also excited. The new Lion King. I'm excited about all those.
Lion King's gonna blow your mind.
those
Have
new-
you seen I saw some extra footage.
I'm way more excited about new Lion King than new Aladdin.
Yeah, Aladdin makes me
Aladdin's my
nervous.
jam.
But isn't Aladdin your shit?
Aladdin's number one for me.
Yeah.
Aladdin's the one that Aladdin and Home Alone are tied for the
I feel like it's
I
gonna
had
be good.
I had a bad day. I need to fix things. I'm gonna put
You
on
don't?
these movies.
No, I mean I think they're because Dumbo, poor Tim Burton. Dumbo is slacking. Like right now, like Warner Shazam is just killing it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Dumbo is sort of slowed down, and so they're like, oh, yeah, like Dumbo's gonna have to do well overseas, and so they're feeling the same thing about Aladdin because if you notice, there's not a lot of Will Smith out there right now, and they don't know if they don't know if it's good or not.
If that'll carry.
Yeah, they don't know because people like yourself, like what Robin Williams did in that movie was brilliant.
Yeah.
What I'm watching, but what I've seen so far is a streetwise Will Smith in, I don't know, 1400 Arabia. When that's not even a thing.
Yeah.
It's like going, what? I don't.
Well, I mean,
How is it going to work? And he's talking about New York. I don't know. And so
I'm expecting the same outcome of the remake of one of my other favorite movies, the Willy Wonka, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory thing. Can you imagine being
Again, Tim
Can you
Burton.
imagine being Johnny Depp? Exactly. Can you imagine being Johnny Depp and they're like, okay, do that Gene Wilder but better.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like, what? Get out of here.
And all he was
And
is-
Will Smith is getting screwed by the same
Yeah,
thing with Robin
he's
Williams.
not gonna
Like,
be able to
there's
compete with that.
there is zero
Yeah.
opportunity for anybody to ever outdo either of those two performances, and because of that, I'm not expecting it. And so,
I mean,
Johnny
the
Depp was
trailer
Michael
was
Jackson.
funny.
what?
The
Trailer.
trailer was funny when he's like, "You have chosen," and then he's like, "Nah, I'm just kidding."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got two relative unknown people doing the singing and everything.
Yeah.
The two people that I love that Disney took a chance on those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work, I feel bad for them because
Well,
it ruined
you
their
know,
careers.
Some of the best movies are people taking a chance. There's the
Yeah.
whole Sigourney Weaver alien thing that was, a famous story where they just kind of plucked someone unknown because they wanted that freshness being brought.
And she was
from
tall.
How I understand.
Yeah. She was tall. We have a volunteer. She's 19 or 20, 19 years old, I think. Yeah. Her name is Sigourney Weaver. And she says, "Mom, I'm not named after her." I go, "You're 19. I swear to God,
Yeah.
you're named after Sigourney Weaver.
Sure.
There's no way on earth you're not named after Sigourney Weaver." And then our co-founder, Michael K, met her, goes, "Hi, Michael K. I'm Sigourney Weaver." He goes, "Shut up. Don't make fun of me." And we were laughing. Like, no, her name is actually Sigourney Weaver. And we make fun of her all the time. And she stole my
wow.
t-shirt. So if you're
No
watching, I want my
way.
t-shirt back.
That's great.
Anyway,
I love that.
Can you do a Michael Caine?
I cannot do a Michael Caine accent at all. He's
Sure. It's like right in. It's like a weird English accent, but not.
it's like Welshish English
Yeah.
or something. I don't know. I know I have a friend of mine who's Welsh, and he's like he does a
But
good
so
Michael
you've been
Caine.
in this for
My
the
heritage
whole
is Welsh, but I'm
existence.
certainly not
I've
Welsh.
been with these guys for 13 years. We started the Deep Ellum Film Festival in '99. I joined them in 2000. And between working with these guys, Asian Film Festival in Dallas, I was a programmer for the Austin Film Festival for a few years.
Yeah.
AFI, when they took us over, we did AFI, so I did all that with those guys. So that was AFI, AFI Dallas, AFI Silver Docks in DC.
And when did they dip out?
In 2009, I mean, we made a decision, like the economy was changing,
Yeah.
and we decided, you know what, we want to make it Texas, and so we still want to work with you guys, but we want to build a membership, we want to build something here that's
Yeah.
ours, that we can work on with education and all those other things, and AFI was literally, everything came out of LA, and so we took it back to
Yeah.
us. So we're still good friends with those guys, we still
Thanks,
work with them. Actually, my senior programmer now, my former senior programmer, she's there now, and it's all good. I mean, we're good, but it just, we wanted to keep it more Texas.
Yeah.
And that was invest the money here, invest the money in Texas filmmakers.
Yeah.
Our Texas category this year is stupid. There's a movie actually I called, did you see Once?
Is that the
musical thing?
Irish
Yeah,
movie?
yeah,
Yeah.
So with what's his name from the talk show, the karaoke guy.
Yeah.
So there's a film, Josh Jordan, do you know Josh?
Yeah.
He made a film in Deep Ellum, pretty much all over Deep Ellum in Dallas, called This World Won't Break. All in Deep Ellum. He's one of those guys that go, this is like a love letter to Dallas, and that's the kind of thing we wanted to do. So our Texas category has that. Yeah, it's huge. It's so big that Greg something. He's a big guy, red beard, redhead guy. He's this lead in the movie, also sings in it. So it's folk country action.
Yeah.
We're on TV this morning. He goes, I don't want to be here. I'm like, I can tell you don't want to be here, man. I can tell. He's like, but he's such a nice guy. But that's a great movie about it. A singer, he turns 40, and he's here, and it sort of takes place in this mythical 80s, 90s world of Dallas. And he's walking around. There's a great line in the movie where he goes, man, you're gonna own this town. He goes, man, the first thing I do if I own this town is sell it. And I went, that's some good shit right there. So it's like that. There's this documentary about, this is crazy, so I don't know if you knew. In the 70s, during Vietnam, hundreds of thousands of Vietnamese refugees were just thrust upon the country. Tens of thousands were thrust upon Texas, and they moved to this little small town. They were shrimpers, they were fishermen, and that didn't jive in the 70s in Texas, and some righteous, crazy, violent stuff happened, and KKK got involved, and it's this great documentary about these people, and some of the people that were there are coming up for the festival this year, and the directors are going to be here. It's going to be on PBS, but it's like, there's all these great Texas, we got a musical, it's like these guys just break out in song, everything's going bad, whoa, they just start singing and stuff. I mean,
that's rad, man.
And Alice Cooper movie. You guys know Chris Penn?
I thought you were going to say, do you know Alice Cooper?
Chris
Penn,
yeah, owns Good Records and owns all these bands. He got the Alice Cooper band back together, and they did a documentary about it. It's called Live from the AstroTurf, Alice Cooper. And so we've got one, I know for sure, director, Chris is going to be here, and one or two of the band members are going to be here as well from the band. I can't say Alice Cooper's going to be here because I don't think he is, because he doesn't like to leave Arizona for some reason. Alice Cooper golfs. He's an avid golfer. One of our employees, hey, my dad golfs with him. Like, what?
Bruce Dickinson is the keynote speaker of Craft Brewers Conference this year.
No way.
Yes, the Bruce Dickinson.
The Bruce Dickinson.
Well, you know, I had to reference the Saturday Night Live sketch.
So I'm from Houston.
Oh, cool.
I moved
from Galveston. My family's from Galveston.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
Moved up here, I don't know, 14, 15 years ago. Stayed here. And I kind of just think of Dallas as the, people say this, but the city that people love to hate.
Yes.
And I read a little bit about you, and you fucking love this city, dude. I love that about, like I should love this city too, and I do, but it's just like, it's a different kind of city. People, like, when I first moved up here, they were like, fucking Houston sucks. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, why are we hating on anything that's Texas, man? But I like that
Same team.
Yeah, same team.
Yeah, no, it's funny because I get to travel a lot, and the weird thing is, I see some of the same faults in every city in America.
Yeah.
I see some of the same greatness in every city in America, and frankly, being a black dude traveling around the world, I mean, people are like, oh, it's better here, it's better there. No, it's honestly, man, it's kind of the same in a lot of places. I can't arguably say something is better somewhere else. It's just what you know and what you fall into.
Right.
And so there's so much good here. There's so many good things that people are trying, like what you guys do down here. Coming out of Deep Ellum was so important. They go, but there's so much heart and art down here, and and people don't seem to know it. And then when the people that do know it, they end up loving it, and they end up going, oh, this is cool. I mean, yeah, we're landlocked. There's not a lot of water, but there's a fuck ton of lakes around here. So go get some water that way.
Heart and art's one of the best ways I've ever heard this neighborhood described. That's cool, or city, or whatever you were
no,
specifically
it is. It's
referring
this
to.
neighborhood. I mean, and it's changing, but there's still that heart down here that people like really want to do something. They want to be proud, and that's something I didn't know until I started traveling more. How proud you're from Houston. How proud Texans are in general, and then you break that down to cities, and then there's this. I try not to hate other cities, And I try not to let people in my family get crazy because I get angry when people hate on other cities from other cities. Like, I hate this, I hate that. Like, yeah, okay, that's
It's no
fine.
reason. It's just like a fake, like...
Yeah. I mean, if there's one, like, the one thing
It's
I
like
go...
Yankees, Red Sox. It's like a fake hate.
Yeah, it's like, yo, that's real.
I'm the proud owner of DallasKicksAss.com, and I
Oh,
run
man.
an Instagram called Dallas Kicks Ass, and my whole thing is just like, it's my outlet for bragging on, sure, I own businesses down here, and I have things that I care about down here, but that's my outlet for bragging on the awesomeness that everybody's bringing, on the heart and the art that's coming out of this place.
No, it's cool. Austin, something just got best city to live in America again.
Is that in Texas?
Yeah. No, America.
No, Austin?
Austin.
Never heard of it.
Oh, wow.
Sorry.
See, the thing that Austin has is what Dallas is missing. Is everybody in Austin loves telling everybody how awesome Austin is, and people in Dallas don't necessarily share that. And Dallas people don't want to run around and talk about how awesome Dallas is.
Does Dallas keep it weird?
No. It was like, keep Dallas pretentious, keep Austin weird. Those were shirts out. I'm like, I'm down over there in the
Dallas pretentious.
Oh, okay. Where's down in the not Fair Park, but near Fair Park, there's a T-shirt stop, and I'm like, keep Dallas pretentious. Like, all right, I'll buy that.
That's a comment.
It's kind of weird. You know, you're right though that people don't like to talk about. Like, I'll talk about it. People come to town, to Dallas, and this is something Michael Caine and I, the other Michael Caine and I, we talk about. People come here to be underwhelmed. And we would always and we showed them, they go, holy crap, this is a cool place.
Yeah.
There's lots of fun things. I brought a friend of mine from Colorado, from Denver, the Denver Film Festival, and he came down once to be on a jury, then we brought him down just as a buddy, and I took him down to Deep Ellum. He's like going, why didn't you take me here last time? Because I had you working last time. And he goes, this is really cool. And then we took him downtown. I go, there's only like 2 or 3 blocks downtown that makes sense, but he goes, but on a Saturday night, that's really cool. And there's all these pockets. I live by the lake. We live on White Rock Lake area.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited that it keeps growing over there, and it's starting to change. Like I'm actually trying to start an outdoor screening series out there near the lake and around the lake, because we don't have a movie theater. The closest movie theater is the Alamo and Lake Highlands. There's nothing for us to go to over there anywhere close. It's either downtown or Lake Highlands. And going, yeah, we're 9-10 miles from the closest movie theater. And so I'm like, why don't I'm literally trying to figure out a way with the White Rock people to put something out there just to add to what's already growing in the city.
I'm in the Cedars, and that's always been the forgotten neighborhood of Dallas. And then Alamo Draft House comes and drops the draft house in the middle of my neighborhood. That made me so happy, especially as someone who spent 7 years in Austin and got to see the beginning of Alamo Draft House. We've had the privilege of doing Alamo Draft House collaboration, a collaboration beer. We've done a collaboration beer with Flick's Brew House as well, but the Alamo one was actually tied to a beer release. You want to tell more about that one? You were more intimately involved in it.
Fuck, I knew you were going to ask me this question. I should have written that name down.
Bomb City.
Bomb City, nice.
Oh, those are my guys.
I got you.
They won our audience award.
We brewed a beer called Sunshine Fist Magnet because in that movie when they drank the beer, he was a home brewer and they brewed a 14% alcohol beer that was strong and tasted like shit. They were drinking out of 2 liters. Alamo Draft House reached out to us and they were like, "Hey, will you brew a beer that like kind of fits with this movie?"
Was it 14%?
And Jeff, take
We
the
did
lead
not.
there.
We did not do a 14% beer, but we did one of the biggest beers that we make. It was like 12 or something like that.
It was big.
And
It was a hoppy imperial stout. Like it was everything.
Nitro glasses.
We tried to serve it in the big ass things that they
Oh
wanted.
my God.
But they weren't having that. So it was.
That'd be illegal.
We make a beer called We Own the Night that we put coffee into. That's about 12%, and then that one we just dry hopped instead of putting the coffee into it. It was fucking good, dude. I thought it was a great beer.
But that movie, Bomb City, the Bomb City, the bar, is 1 block away from my house. And like that whole thing was filmed in the Cedars in my neighborhood. Yeah. And that building, the
Literally
Bomb
across
City
from
bar is my favorite place. If I could snap my fingers and have a building be in my ownership so I can make a cool, like, grungy, awesome place to, like, hang out.
That was where
and
they
train.
lived too, right?
That was like their home.
Yeah.
1 block away from my house, and I was watching that movie when I realized that was happening.
Wow.
And I was just like seeing it. I looked at Jeff and I was like, like I couldn't even believe it. Because he went and saw like he saw the movie with the producers and everything beforehand so that we could make the beer, and I didn't start tagging along until the final.
I was feeling like shit the day that I went to go see the movie, and but all I did was like I looked over at my wife. I was fucking bawling, and I was just like, "We have to make this beer." And like I told the guys,
That
I was
is
like,
awesome.
"Yes, I'm leaving."
I remember seeing that movie. The producers and directors.
I'm just trying to help you out, brother.
The directors were really good buddies of mine, and actually the producer was somebody I knew. I didn't know the directors very well, Jamie.
Yeah.
Anyway, and they said, "Hey, we're going to show you a movie." So this is one of the cool things about my job. Sometimes I get to see these things filming. So we went to this private screening room in Victory Park.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "All right, cool." And I watched this movie, and if it was over, I go, "If I don't play this movie, I will be pissed off."
Yeah.
I mean, this is all what I was with them, and I feel bad. I'm about to do some serial name dropping right now, so I apologize.
Good, man.
But so I was with Terrence Blanchard last night, the jazz musician who does all the Spike Lee's movies, the other day, and I was telling him about this film we have at the festival called Negro Terror, about a black punk rock band out of Memphis called Negro Terror.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, man, that's like my life. And punk, that growing up, that's always what I wanted to do, but I was always told I couldn't. So I was secretly, like, literally in my house, watching, like, listening, like, oh, I'm listening to all this good punk shit, man. This is really good. I can't wait. And my mom would come in, what you listen to? Oh, yeah, it's Prince, which I love. I love Prince, too. Don't get me wrong. I love Prince.
An easier answer,
But
nonetheless.
that was the first thing out of my head. Prince, okay. That's my guitar. Prince rocks. Prince still rocks. So that movie touched me. Bomb City hit me so hard.
Yeah.
I was so glad for those guys, and it's just, I'm trying to get everybody involved. Like Jamie and those dudes are just.
We were honored
Jamie
to be
and
included
Major
in that,
Major
in
Dodge.
that story, and it's kind of funny how it all looped around. Even connections were being made that weren't really intended to be made. It is time to wrap up our segment.
I gotta ask one more question.
No, please. That's what I was just saying. It was like let's wrap it up.
Did the pact with the devil carry on throughout the name, or like,
As my grandfather said, Faust means the devil. I'm like, no, it really, okay, I see what you're doing. No. No. Cheers. Thank you, guys.
Cheers, guys. Thank you. Thank you guys for joining us. Anton, thank you for providing all the hard technical parts. James, thanks for coming out and hanging out. This is Growlersations, and we'll see you soon. We are out.